Hello, everybody. I'm your instructor for Chemistry 152, and this is your Welcome to Chem 152 video for the fall of 2020. This is a class that has a synchronous meeting Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. And just in case you're not sure, it is section 41988. My name is Rob Fremland, as I said, and I'm going to be your tour guide, so to speak, for this video, and also I'm your instructor. And what I'm going to do today on this video is I'm going to go over the syllabus and the website and the schedule, all of which are posted, as well as this video will be posted as well, so you can look over it again. So let me go ahead and set it up. I'm going to start with the syllabus. Excuse me. All right, so this is the syllabus to the course. Chem 152. You can read the course description and those types of things on your own. But basically, it's very important to realize Chem 152 is a one-semester prep chem course. This is designed for people who need to take general chemistry. General chemistry is a two-semester course. This is a prep or prerequisite for general chem. It's assumed you can do math, so if you have trouble with the phrase, it's just algebra from here, you'll be a little bit, you might want to brush up if that bothers you. It's important to check with your counselor and with your major. If you're, say, an allied health major, like physical therapy or something like that, you might need Chem 100 instead of Chem 152. Those majors vary. If you're a liberal arts major, like a history major or a fashion major, you're in the wrong course. You should be in Chem 111, which is a much more, frankly, more interesting course, and it's designed for non-science majors. Right, so that's what the course is about. All right, you can read course requisites. I just said you need to be able to do math. You can read the course outline for yourself. Let me talk about textbooks and equipment. So for this class, the textbook is by Tro. I don't have a copy of it on me to show you because I lent it to my colleague. 6th edition. You can use any older edition if you like. And you'll see in the syllabus, I tell you where things are in the textbook. That's for the 6th edition. So if you have an old edition, you'll have to do a little hunting, but the table of contents is usually very clean about that. Homework assignments that are for the 6th edition. I do believe I have 5th edition questions on the homework as well, if you want to look through those. Now, the other thing, so it doesn't really matter, but the syllabus is written for the 6th edition. Now, a couple other things. Because this is a fully online course, that means obviously you need reliable internet access. And you're going to need to be able to upload documents. So for example, the homework, I'm going to ask you to write out the answers by hand and upload the document to me. On exams, I'm going to want you to upload your scratch paper. So you're going to need some mechanism by which you can upload documents. You can get a scanner for your phone, use your camera. There's some of that stuff that's even free, but you're going to need a way to do that. So a printer is helpful as well. So you might want to take it, look that up, get that squared away as soon as you can. I do have office hours. My office hours will be via Zoom, and the Zoom information is in the syllabus. It's right here. This is my Zoom site, or you can just log into zoom.us, and there's the meeting ID, and there's the password. You might want to save that. Office hours are going to be Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 12. I will be on Zoom. Tuesdays and Thursdays just from 10 to 11 on Zoom. In addition, this class, as you can see down below, is going to have some synchronous meetings at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. If you want to meet with me at some time other than these windows, shoot me an email. This is my email, and I can set something up for you. All right, this is, as I said, a fully online course. However, and you can see the dates that it runs. However, we have scheduled a synchronous meeting every week from 8 to 9 a.m. On Tuesday. So this was originally a Tuesday, Thursday class. So from 8 to 9:25, actually, you're going to need to be logged in on Zoom. Now, there'll be some times where we're not doing anything, but there'll be, for example, all exams are going to be during that window of time. And I'm only going to have the exam open during that window, and I want you on Zoom while you're taking the exam. So it's very important that you block out that time. The other things we will do, we'll do some in-class activities. I'll talk about them in more detail when I get to them, but we'll be doing in-class activities if we're not taking an exam on those days. Those will be additional worksheets, opportunities for help, those types of discussions, those types of things. And as I go through the class, you'll see what those are. All right, so that's the attendance and withdrawal. You definitely need to make decisions if you're going to drop the class. The last day to drop, you can drop before, I forget what the date is to drop where it never appeared. It's usually during the first 2 weeks. After October 23rd, however, if you're enrolled, you will receive a letter grade. And it's not really up to me to drop you. So if you decide you're going to drop, just drop. You do not want to get an F when you should have got a W. And this is the same language down here. All right, now, this class has a Canvas site, and this is how to log in. You probably are very familiar with it, but let me go over the Canvas site. So let me stop the share, and then I'm going to reshare. We're going to look at the Canvas site. All right. So this is the Canvas site for the class. This is what it will look like when you have access to it. The video that I sent you in the email that you're opening up right now is going to be posted right here, or it will be posted right here. In addition, this is a copy of your syllabus. So the syllabus that I'm going over is right here. Also, if you click on the syllabus setting here, it'll give you an interactive one. I'm going to go over this lecture schedule. This is just kind of what we're doing each week, and the due dates come up in Canvas, but just, give you a feel for when you should be working on what lectures. This is how to reach me through Zoom. This is just some other helpful stuff. And then lastly, this is the Mesa College Academic Honesty Statement that I'm going to want you to read, sign, and upload. And I'll talk about that a little bit more when I get back to the syllabus. Then what I've done is I've broken the course material up into modules. Each module ends with an exam. So the modules look a little bit long, but that's because each module ends with an exam. But basically each topic, there's going to be a lecture, which is a PowerPoint, and then there will be videos covering that lecture. All right, and that just depends on the lecture, how many videos there's going to be. So what I recommend you do is open up the PowerPoint and kind of go through it. The videos are the PowerPoints, but I'm talking over them. So it's literally, if I was giving a PowerPoint, doing a PowerPoint in class, this would be the voiceover. But sometimes I add some stuff and write stuff in. So you'll see some of my slides don't have a lot of information, but the video will. So I recommend that you watch the videos, but have the slides open, because you can hit pause. These are YouTube videos. You can hit pause at any time, and then you can go back and forth if you need to. There will be times in the videos where I say, hit pause now and try a problem on your own. Right. There's not going to be too many documents I ask you to print, but this is one. I would print a handful of copies of the periodic table and just have them handy. Right, but that's how it's structured. So there's material, videos of the material, videos of the material, then there's homework. So just to show you what the homework looks like, there's two pieces to most homework. So what this is a document, and then you'll print this. It'll come up on its own here. But I want you to answer all these questions just on a piece of paper, and I'm going to ask you to upload them. All right, so let me go back to here. All right, and then this is a Canvas quote quiz, where some of the questions in this document are written in here, and you answer them here, and they're graded. And I'll explain the grading, but this part here, uploading it, so question 1 down here is going to be upload this one. Uploading it is going to be 5 points, and the other 5 points will be from here. And then, this is an in-class activity that we'll be doing on that date. And then, of course, just lectures and stuff and more homeworks. And then finally, there will be the exam and what it covers. There's always a review for exam. What I'll do on the review for exam days is I will have a Zoom session in this case, a Thursday. And of course, you're not scheduled to go to Zoom sessions on Thursdays, but it'll be optional. I will be available from 8 to 9:25 in addition to my office hours if you want to go through this with me. So those are just that's some additional time. All right, and then exams, I'll talk about those as well. All right, but that's how it's structured. There's all these modules that are available. I haven't finished all of them. I've got the first 2 ready to go. And by the time you get to number 3, I'll have number 3 done. All right, so that's the site. In addition, if you scroll way down to the bottom here, all right, after you do a homework, these are homework keys. You won't be able to see these right now. But after you do homework, I'll make this available. And these are the worked out answers to homework 1. So you see homework 1 way up here. I'm going to get dizzy. So this here, okay, the worked out answers are down here. And I'll make those available as necessary. Then homework 2, homework 3, all of the ones that are pertinent to an exam will be available before the exam. So I only graded some of the questions. This is how you can see what the answers to the rest of the questions are. For exams, I post answer keys. So the exam 1, this is exam 1 I gave last spring. So you can look at the types of questions I asked, and then you can use that to help you prepare for your exam 1. When you get your exam one back, I'll delete these and I'll highlight this. This is your exam one answer key, and I'll make this available so that after you get your exam back, you can go through the answer key and see what the right answers were and also the solutions, how they were done. Okay, so that's the website. Let me go back to do a new screen share. We'll go back to the syllabus now. Yes. All right, so that takes care of the website. Now, just going through all the material, as I showed you, is in Canvas, and this kind of explains what I just said. I would give yourself a lot of time to do these, and everyone works at a different pace, but give yourself plenty of time. Now, then other things that are graded, the in-class activities. So I showed you one of those, and they're going to be on the schedule. In-class activities are going to count as 3 points each. They are going to be during our Tuesday Zoom sessions, and they're going to count as participation points. These will only count towards your grade if you are borderline at the end of the semester. And specifically, if you're borderline at the end of the semester, means you're 1% below the next grade. So an 85% is an A in my class. If you're at 84%, your participation points will count. If you've earned at least 2/3 of them, I'll bump you to the next higher grade. The way these will be graded is you're going to be on Zoom at that time. That's 1 point. If you do at least some of the activity, the in-class activity, that's a 2nd point. And if you do at least half of the activity, that'll be the 3rd point. So, you want to, and there's 9 of them, so you're going to need 18 of the 27 points to kind of get you over, to bump you to the next level if you are a borderline grade. The way they're going to be structured, they're pretty much going to be worksheets. So here's a worksheet, work on it in class. I can put you in breakout rooms on Zoom, and then you can work on it in class. And then what I'll probably do is during the last half hour or 40 minutes or so, I will also work through them. And of course, during that window, I'll be available to help you. All right, and you will be asked to upload it if you want the credit. So those are going to be, and they're in the schedule. You'll see when they are. All right. Homework I talked about, there are 14 homework assignments. Okay, the in-class activities, I think there's 9. And those are only going to, the in-class activities will only be available on Tuesdays during those sessions. Homework will be open for much longer periods of time, and I told you how you do it. So you're going to just download the document, do it all by hand. Then you'll go to the homework where you're going to turn it into Canvas. There's going to be a handful of questions that you answer, which were questions on that sheet, and then also upload the document. So uploading the document is worth 5, and then the other ones will be the other 5 points. So homeworks are going to be 10 points each. There's 14 of them. I'll throw out the lowest. And then homework percent is 10% of your grade. And you'll see when the homework is open till, I'm giving you guys a long period of time to work on homework each time, but you don't want to get late. All right, exams. All right, there are 4 midterm exams and a final. All of the exams are going to be during the Tuesday synchronous meetings, except for the final, and I'll explain that in a moment, and that's just because of scheduling. So all the exams are going to be during that window of time. They're going to be open from 8 to 9:25 on the Tuesdays that we're doing the exam, and I want you on Zoom while you're doing the exam on Canvas. I think the reasons for that are obvious. If you look at the old exams, it's going to be the same style, except the old exams look like they're paper and pencil, but they'll be answered through Canvas. If you look at the old exams, you'll see the types of questions that I ask, and there's going to be similar because it's the same guy writing questions over the same set of material. All right, now, in addition, I want you to do any problems, and this is a question or true, false, no big deal, but if there's a problem, like determine the mass of this from this information, that's stuff you need to do. And so I'm going to ask you, the last question on every exam is upload your scratch paper. And I want to make it very clear. If you have a problem and you have an answer in and there is no work on the scratch paper, I don't care if your answer is right, I'm going to give you a 0 on that. And that's just because I want to see your work. All right, so you do the work, and not only that, the work you can get partial credit. So the answer, Canvas might say your answer is wrong, but I look at it and I go, oh, I see, you just flipped this, and you might get 8 out of 10 when I go through and grade it. So it's really to your advantage. Okay, as I said, old answer keys are posted, and your answer keys will be available after I give you back, after your exam is graded. Right, like I said, there are 4 midterm exams. There are 100 points each. I'm going to count the best 3. Okay, makeup, you're going to have to set something up with me for me to open up the exam at a different time. Now the final, we're gonna have to figure out the timing on this. The final, because our synchronous sessions are on Tuesdays, I don't want to give you the final on a Tuesday. I can't give it to you the Tuesday after the semester's over because Canvas won't be available. So I'm gonna set it up that I'm gonna pick a window of time for you to take it, and it's gonna have to be done asynchronously. You could take it with my Monday class, which does meet the following week. When we get closer to the final, I'll have I'll send out announcements and we can talk about timing and what options are. By the way, one other thing I didn't mention, every week I'm going to send an announcement before that week through Canvas that's just going to remind you what you should be working on that particular week, or if there's any important announcements from the college. I try not to waste your time. I'm going to send you one every week. And by all means, you can communicate with me. All right, so that takes care of the exams. The final is also 100 points. It's the same style as the other exams. All right, and so here's the way grading is going to work. Okay, there's 14 homeworks. I'm going to count the best 13. That's 130 points. That's 10% of the grade. You just get the percentage. There's 4 exams. I'm going to count the best 3. They're 100 points each. There's the final, which is 100. And then we put these together, and we get the exam percent, and the grade is 90% times the exam percent, 10% times the homework percent, add them together, that's your grade. All right, and then it's an 85, 75, 65 scale. And finally, if you're within 1% of the next highest grade, so let's say you got a 74, and you're really hoping for a B, and you've done the class participation stuff, I'll bump you. You're literally gonna need 18 of the points, because there's gonna be 27 possible. Any disabilities you have, please let me know. I can't help you if I'm unaware. All right. Chemistry is a hard class, so just a couple things I want to talk to you about. First of all, give yourself plenty of time. Okay, managing your time, especially because this is an online class. You want to manage your time. You can feel free to work ahead, but you do not want to get behind in this class. The due dates are important. All right, so keep that in mind. Reading your textbook, obviously you pay a lot of money for it. I put the textbook sections where information is in the schedule. Come to the Tuesday synchronous sessions. Again, you're only going to get points for the participation. On exam days you have to be there. The other days, though, it's a good opportunity even if you don't need the participation points. Taking notes, forming study groups, keep up, do the homework. And please, please, please come to my office hours, ask me questions. That's my job. Right? I have a lot of time I'm available. All right, classroom behavior, code of conduct stuff, very standard language. Couple things though. The big thing that's concerning is because you're doing everything remotely, you can certainly, looking things up, and you can look things up on the internet. That's going to be very available to you, and it's going to be very tempting. I don't care if you do it on the homework, but on the exams, don't do that. So cheating in my class is defined as looking things up on the internet during exams. All right, and I can tell, believe me, I know what an internet answer looks like. The internet's great for a lot of stuff, but the problem is that you can get answers at a graduate level, or maybe the wrong answers, because as you all know, I mean, nowadays that we've seen the double-edged sword that the internet is. Now, this honesty statement is in the Welcome and Helpful Information module. I'm going to ask you to print it out and sign it and upload it. And all you're signing is you're saying, I've read and understand the academic honesty policy. All right. But again, one other thing too, cheating, it's very tempting, but you guys are taking this class because you're going to go on to another chemistry course. And it's really not to your advantage to be looking stuff up all the time. It's to your advantage to really learn this material. And that means come in to ask me questions, all sorts of stuff. Right? Last couple things, there's a schedule I'm going to go over in a minute. It's very brief. And then make sure that you read your textbook and make sure you have a calculator and you know how to use it. Okay, I don't anticipate making changes to the syllabus, but it is a possibility. Last thing I want to go over is the schedule, which is also posted in the Canvas site. Let me just go to here, share the screen one more time, and where is the schedule? Schedule's here. Okay, so this schedule is posted, and it just says each week, this is week number, week 1, week 2, week 3, and these are the dates. And I've just kind of put when you should be going over information. I tried to put stuff in black and bold that are actual assignments. So this is exactly a unit conversion, in-class activity, problem-solving activity. Homework 1 is due here, homework 2 is due there. Review for exam 1, first exam, right? and then there's just Tuesday, and so on and so forth. So you can keep this. If this changes, I'll let you know. And again, these are the sections in the textbook where you'll find the same information. All right, so that's all the information you need to get started in the class, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys, getting to know you. Hopefully many of you pop up on Zoom sessions, and I will see you in the synchronous sessions. So let's all be ready to get started on the first day of class.